Hey guys, Buffalo 1847 back here with another video about Cards of the Universe and everything for you guys. I turned my notifications off and went into Do Not Disturb. I'm not looking to play around for this video. I just wanted to make a video that goes over some of the reasons I like Q so much. Maybe a video you can share with some of your friends that you want to get on. I grew up, if you know me, I grew up playing Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much anything that they painted on the side of a card and me and my friends could get a hold of it, we were playing. That conventional knowledge can definitely help you a lot in Q, which brings me to the first thing I wanted to talk about. I like so much about it. Like any good TCG, it's deceptively simple but exceedingly complicated. So it's really great for those new players who are getting into it. The concept is so easy. You get energy every turn. You spend your energy to get more power and win 3 rounds. Now with card interactions and anything like any other card game, learning the meta, learning the cards, knowing what your biggest threats are, they're going to be huge helps for you. The second thing I really like about Q is, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a 3-card limit on their cards in their deck. Magic the Gathering has a 4-card limit. Q, you only need 1 copy of the card to run it in the deck, in a quick little deck of 18 cards that shuffles itself in over and over again. This is actually pretty unique to a lot of card games. Most card games aren't shuffling, and most trading card games aren't shuffling themselves back into each other. When you pull your deck, you lose. Doesn't really work for Q. It'd be out really quickly, but I actually really like the format. A lot of the reason is you don't have to go and chase ultra rare cards, super hard to find, legendary limiteds. You're not chasing 3 or 4 of them, you're chasing 1 of them. And if you happen to get 2, it brings me right into my third favorite thing about Q. You can pop it right up here on the trading post, and you can turn it into something else you need. I think their trading post is really cool. You can offer cards that you don't need or you have duplicates of, and you can ask for cards that you want. A lot of times people are up here, they're asking for limiteds or fusion materials. And especially the fusion materials are great to get with trades, because you can trade to get a few of your solid fusions, and then you can start trading materials that you don't need right now for materials that you're working on. Which actually segues really nicely into the fusions. I really love the fusions about Q. It's a really great way to have goals for players to work on some of the better cards in the game. Some of the fusion cards are complete staples that are just as good as some of the best limited legendaries. I was really just making this about what I like about Q, but I'll take a half a second to show you the Veil Nebula is great to pick up. Napoleon, Jellyfish, really anything that gives you energy per turn can be helpful in the future. Recently got the Mountain Goat, and I think he is awesome in PPT decks. He really helps you swing for those early rounds that are hard to win in PPT decks. Arctic Fox and Blizzard, people love it. I run it sometimes, not my favorite. Red Diamond is amazing for new players. Hand of God is great, burning out 50 power next turn. That practically guarantees you a win on the next turn. And Wild Bill's great if you want to try to finish him by the end of the week. You can play him with playing cards, which if you play for a week and a half, I guarantee you'll have 5 copies of playing cards. But I really just love the concept of, some of these other cards you can turn into much better cards. And you pull them from your regular packs. Like I said, you can trade them to try to mix and match and get what you're actually working on at the time. One great thing I'd really love to see the devs do is some kind of feature where Isle Corfu that I have 25 of, Spartan Helmet that I have 27 of, Iconic Column that I have 15 of. I know a lot of them become fusion materials in the future, but I'd love to see them Make it so that you can trade 15, 10, 20 BS cards that you don't need in whatever, the developers decide would be a good call, and you can upgrade to a card of a different rarity from the base set. I don't know, just a thought. I feel like sitting on a lot of Allosaurus and waiting for 3 years for it to become a fusion material is great, because then you've got all the Allosaurus, but when they bring a new fusion material in, they always print the hard to print cards. So let me see if I can find an example. What's a newer fusion here that came out recently? Okay, we'll go with Frankenstein's Monster, since it came out for Halloween. Zubron was around. These three were pretty much around, and they made them into fusion materials: Skylab, Elmer, and Zubron. And then they printed the false killer whale, which is great, but now I'm sitting on everything I need for Frankenstein's Monster, and nobody wants to trade me a false killer whale for anything fair. So those are just a last thing I got to touch on that I really like about Q is you get 60 free gems and tons of free coins a day. Like, it's one of the things I did like about Duel Links and still do is when the developers are generous with their free currency, I'm more liberal with spending a little bit of, American fiat currency here and there to fill my deck out and support the developers, because they're giving us so much back. 60 gems a day is several limited packs. So I also appreciate how generous the developers can be. Cards are updated daily. There's new cards all the time, which can be a double-edged sword. It's great to see the new cards, but it's horrible to see a great new card come through when you just don't have the resources to try to pull it. Then my deck would have been top tier last week with the Eye of Providence that I pulled 20 packs of and couldn't get, but them's the breaks. Well, thank you guys for coming in and tuning in for another episode. I tried to make a video you might be able to share with your friends, see if you can't get them on. My friend just joined, so if you look at Angel Maker 2, he's new. If you can send him some of those, dupes of your epics and legendaries from the base set that you got sitting around, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. I sent him a few over. Until next time, guys, keep playing Q, keep spreading the word, keep pulling packs, keep sending trades. Send me a friend request, send me some fair trades. I will turn down a stupid trade fast enough to make your head spin, but if you're a savvy trader, I'm a savvy trader, and I'm always down to go back and forth with counter trades and figure out a nice mutually beneficial situation. So shoot me a friend request, subscribe to the videos if you want to see more of them as they come out, and leave comments if you disagreed or you think I forgot really cool features. And I know there's a couple I didn't get to touch on, like the daily rewards or leveling up, or even challenges here that I have none of right now because I've beaten them all. So if you subscribe, you'll get notifications from new videos. I think I'll leave it here. Thanks for coming by again, everyone.